Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Gear2 here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Italian 47/32 L40. This vehicle here was kind of designed out of the necessity for a armored vehicle that could go head to head and basically bolster the anti-tank capabilities of Italian armored divisions. At the time, they really only had CV tankettes with machine guns, the M11/39 with a 37mm, and a very small supply M13s/40s with a 47mm gun. None of these tanks really were quite capable, and the only tank that could stand up to some allied armor was the M13/40, but as I mentioned, they were in very short supply. This led the Italian army to basically start experimenting, trying to mount a gun on a chassis of a vehicle already in production. This originally led them to build a tank just like this, built on a CV33 chassis, also known as the L3/33, that very small tankette. It didn't really work out too well, and it left its crew basically virtually unprotected, and it never was produced. At the same time, the German Stug had some successes against tanks even with its 75mm short-barreled howitzer, and it was decided to try a similar configuration on a brand new light tank L6/40 chassis. So that kind of gives the name L40 because this is based on the L6/40 chassis light tank. This is a very simplistic vehicle, basically mounting a 47mm gun, and that's practically about it. It's a very weak tank compared to other tank destroyers and stuff, but it was kind of a stopgap to just kind of give the Italians a little bit more support in terms of anti-tank and all that stuff. But going against a Grant and Matilda or a M3 Lee, it's not going to do much. It's but that's the Italians were trying to keep themselves in the war, and this tank just wasn't their answer for sure. However, it's a pretty interesting vehicle, so we'll probably see we're going to do a tutorial on it, as it was pretty much like the first Italian tank destroyer really of the war. Anyways, going ahead and taking a look at this build. It overall came out pretty cool, and as I mentioned, it's built on the chassis of the L6/40, which will be coming as a tutorial obviously as well, so you can have them kind of united together and have similar chassis. Anyways, on the inside here you can see there is a bit of space for the crew, so we have the cannon breech here and the gun itself for the 47mm, which is only crewed by one person, which I believe also doubles as the commander, and then we have obviously the tank driver. So very simple crew and pretty compact space here, even though it looks pretty decently sized. It was definitely a lot more compact than this model shows, but for sure very small space. Radio antenna, all the details on the sides here, just the road wheels, the tracks, and all that fun stuff. Suspension on the back here, just again some more details, the mufflers, and just all that kind of stuff like that. The main feature really being the interior here, where we do have a little bit of stuff going on, and obviously you can modify it to your heart's desire. I just went ahead and built what I basically saw in the War Thunder model, so that's where you're pretty much getting right there. And here's a front view, and that's practically the tank. It's a very simplistic. You can kind of get the understanding that it's a very makeshift tank for sure. But anyways, very interesting build, and without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first set of layers 0 through 1. Alright guys, so moving on to our first set of layers here, we'll be working on layers 0 through 1. To go ahead and get started for these layers, we want to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab like this, followed by another brick top slab after it. Once that's done, going back from this nether brick slab, we're going to place down 2 sandstone stairs like this. And actually these 2 sandstone stairs are actually going to be facing each other like so. On the right side of these stairs, so over here to this side, we're going to place down 2 item frames and then 2 smooth sandstone blocks in those item frames. Going ahead and continuing back after this nether brick, the sandstone stair here, we're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick block in the ground like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a sandstone stair and another stair facing like so. On the two sides, or on the side of these 2 stairs, we're going to place down 2 item frames and 2 smooth sandstone blocks in those item frames. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a nether brick block placed down in the ground, a birchwood fence gate, and a sign on the side of this fence gate. Coming off the fence gate itself, we're going to place down a nether brick upside down stair, and then we're going to place down a item frame and a cobweb block, just like that, in it like that to make the back of the wheel here come off the narrow brick stair. Once that's all done there, going ahead and continuing on, we're going to take our sandstone slabs this time. So we're going to go ahead and grab some of those. We're going to go ahead and go to the narrow brick slab right here. We're going to place down a row of 3 across. We then want to go ahead and go to the back section here and go to this birchwood fence gate here. We're going to place down a row of 3 across from that, going basically across the middle here. In between these 2 rows of 3 of sandstone top slabs, you're going to fill in the space and completely fill it in to create the bottom part of the chassis here for the vehicle. Once that's done, we're going to place down a narrow brick slab on this side, narrow brick top slab, and copy the same design we did for the tracks just over here on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do it a little bit quicker now than I did it before. So if you fall behind, feel free to just look at the other side as it is exactly the same. And I'm just going a little bit faster. That's the only difference. So continuing on, birchwood fence gate, narrow brick upside down stair, item frame, cobweb, and also a sign coming off the birchwood fence gate. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the middle space here. Coming off the side of this narrow brick stair on both sides, we're going to place down a item frame, and then coming off the center slab, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate opened up like that. Once that's all done, that's going to do it for layer 0 for 1 and pretty much the base of our vehicle. With that, let's move on to our next set of layers, which is basically our next layer, which is going to be layer 2. Alright guys, move on to our next layer. We have layer 2. For layer 2 to get started here, we're going to go and go to the front and place down a narrow brick stair on top of these 2 narrow brick top slabs. Once that's done, in between these narrow brick stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of sandstone upside down stairs like that across. After that, behind those stairs, and basically behind all the stairs, we're going to place down a row of 5 of smooth sandstone all the way across, followed by an item frame and a smooth sandstone block in the item frame. Same thing over here, like that. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone button and place down a stone button on the smooth sandstone block, and that's going to be the same thing there, across like that. So once that's all done there, we're going to go and place down a narrow brick top slab on both sides, and this is right before we start to get into the inside there, so we're going to do a little bit of the interior here in a second. We're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks across in between those narrow brick top slabs. We're then going to place down a sandstone upside down stair, just like this on both sides with a sign on the side of the stair. Same thing over here like that. Now once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone block over here to the left side, a sandstone slab right here in the middle, and, or sorry, my bad, it's going to be a sandstone stair, and then we're going to place down a nether brick full block right there, like so, for the seat there for the driver. Going ahead and continue to work our way back, we're going to place down a narrow brick top slab. That's going to be on both sides here. Coming off the narrow brick top slab, we want to go and place down a birchwood fence gate. So we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate opened up toward the narrow brick slab. Same thing over here, just like that. Once that's all done, in the space in the inside here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a birchwood plank. Place down a birchwood plank that goes back from the narrow brick slab there. We're going to place down a sandstone slab next to the birchwood plank and a nether brick full block over here like that to create the seat here for the gunner. Only negative side about having an interior here is that you will see a little bit of the blocks exposed on the sides, but overall it's not that big of a issue, especially when you do want to have a little bit of something visual going on the inside there. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 3 smooth sandstone across the middle here like this, followed by a sandstone upside down stair coming off of both sides of this row of 3. And we're just going to go ahead and do this like so. Or sorry, my bad. This is going to have a sign on the side of the stair, my bad. So just like that on both sides here. So upside down sandstone stair and a sign coming off the side of the stair. Once that's done, continue on a narrow row of 3 of smooth sandstone across the middle here, followed by another brick top slab on both sides. Going ahead and continue on, we're going to place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone across the middle, narrow brick slab on both sides, and go back from this narrow brick slab. We're going to place down one more slab that goes back like that on both sides. Once that's done, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, and we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a wooden trapdoor. We're going to place down a wooden trapdoor coming off the middle, smooth sandstone block, and then to both sides of it, we're going to place down a tripwire hook like that. Once that's all done, that is going to do it for layer 2 of the build, and with that we can move on to layer 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 3. For layer 3 to get started here, we're going to place down a wooden trapdoor on top of these 2 narrow brick stairs. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the left side here, place down a cobblestone wall that goes back from this wooden trapdoor. Going across the side here, we're going to place down 3 wooden trapdoors over, and then we're just going to go ahead and stop it there. Now, when we have that all complete, we're going to go ahead and take our smooth sandstone blocks now, starting on the left side here behind the cobblestone wall. We're going to place down a smooth sandstone block, followed by 1 and 2 more blocks over. We then want to place down a sandstone slab, and then another smooth sandstone block like that over. So you have something that looks like this, and this start here, the viewport for the driver. When that's all done, we're going to place down a item frame on this smooth sandstone block over here on the right side with a glass block in the item frame like that for a headlight. Going ahead and continue now, we're going to place down 1 and 2 smooth sandstone blocks going back along the sides here. And on the sides of these blocks, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone buttons, and same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3. On the inside here, we're going to go ahead and continue on. We want to place down a sandstone stair that's going to be on top of the smooth sandstone block here. Behind this sandstone stair, we're going to place down a wooden trapdoor on top of the narrow brick block and have it opened up so it kind of creates a backrest here for the chair. And same thing on top of this narrow brick block right here. We're going to place down a trapdoor and flick it back like that to kind of create a back there of the chair. Once that is all done, we're going to go ahead and place down a wooden trapdoor that's going to be kind of on the back of this wooden trapdoor. So it's going to kind of create a little section like this. And you have this little space here for ammunition or cargo or whatever you want to put in there. Maybe a radio, who knows, something like that. And anyways, when that's all done there, we can go ahead and continue working our way back. So in the middle space here, we're going to place down a birchwood plank like this, followed by a sandstone stair on both sides. One thing you can also do is close this wooden trapdoor and have it up against the stair to kind of close off this space right here. Or you can have it open like that if you don't care. But it's kind of up to you. Sometimes it's best to maybe put it like this so that you cover up a little space here and you don't have, just a complete opening right there. But just one of the things with building stuff, small scale, sometimes you gotta make little changes here and there to get stuff to work. But we then want to place down a sandstone slab on both sides, coming off these sandstone stairs with a sign also to the side. Going ahead and going back from this birchwood plank, we're going to place down a second birchwood plank back, sandstone stair again on both sides, and come off the front of the sandstone stair, we're going to place down a wooden trap door. Also going ahead and continuing back, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a stone brick stair in the middle, followed by a stone brick corner stair on both sides of the stair for back fence. Over here to the left side, we're going to place down a sandstone stair on top of this narrow brick slab like this. We're going to place down a item frame on the side of the stair and a smooth sandstone block for a spare road wheel. And also coming off the front of the stair here, we're going to place down a wooden trap door. Continuing on over here to the right side, very simply, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some acacia wood slabs. We're going to place down an acacia wood slab right here instead of this wooden trapdoor. So go ahead and delete this wooden trapdoor and place down 1 and 2 acacia wood slabs back, and then we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on the end there. In the middle space section here, coming off the stone brick stair, we're going to place down a sign right here. And then on this stone brick corner stair over here to the left side, we're going to place down an item frame, and in the item frame itself, we're going to place down a red stained glass block for the tail light. With that all done, that is going to do it for layer number 3. And with that, we'll move on to our last set of layers, which are going to basically be layers 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to put the top of the hull right here, and also put the antenna on top. Anyways, let's move on to our last final layers. And moving on to our last final layers, we have layers 4 through 8. For these layers to go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block on top of this middle one right here in this row 3 to the left side. Coming off the smooth sandstone block, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 sandstone slabs going forward like that. We then want to place down a sandstone stair to the left side of that smooth sandstone block, and then we're going to place down another sandstone stair over here to the right side of it. Coming off this sandstone stair, and on top of this sandstone slab, we're going to place down another sandstone stair, so this turns into a corner stair, and then we have a regular sandstone stair like that. We then want to place down a cobblestone wall on top of this smooth sandstone block right here, over there on the right side. Going ahead and working our way back along the sides, we're going to place down a sandstone stair on both sides. Once that's done, we're going to place down a sandstone slab again on both sides. And then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some wooden trapdoors. Now for these wooden trapdoors, what we're going to do here is we're going to go and place down a row that's going to be on top of these sandstone stairs and birchwood slabs. So we're going to place down 3 wooden trapdoors across and open them up like that so you create a backing here for the interior. Once that's all done, we can go and put the back of, or basically the gun breech on. So for this, we're just going to place down an anvil and a wither skeleton skull coming off the back of the anvil. And then over here to the right of the anvil, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate next to the anvil and open it up so it looks like it connects up to the anvil like so. After that's all done, we're also going to place down a wither skeleton skull coming off this sandstone slab to the side here, and we then want to place down 4 iron bars going up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars going up like that. We then also want to go and take a wooden trapdoor and place it down on top of this smooth sandstone block right here that the anvil connects to. And once we have that all complete, that is going to pretty much do it for the 47/32 L40 tank destroyer. Overall, very interesting vehicle, and the first ever Italian tank destroyer really for World War II. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this build. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This would be a thing from a side of the build, tweet to my channel, where's video if this does appear on any social media sites. Just be sure you get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting this type of content. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.